Hey YouTubers, I just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about, like, my past and what I've been through. Like, a little bit, oh my god, I was like, this stupid webcam icon keeps popping up. But anyways, I just wanted to talk to you guys about what I've been through in the past, whole of my life. Like, it started out fine for, like, a couple of years with me and my twin sister, and with my other sister, Ashley. Right? Everything started out fine. Everything was all peaches and cream with me and my dad, my sister, Andrew, and Ashley. And, um, what do you call it? My, she was like 5 and we were 6. Uh, like, everything was fine for like, the best, um, 4 years of her life, I'm guessing. And it went all downhill when my sister, Ashley, started limping and didn't know why she was starting limping. And she was walking fine, and gradually she started just limping, and we don't know why. Like, she was limping. So my mother took her to the hospital, and they did X-rays on her, nothing popped up. She kept doing this limping and everything, and they finally took her back to the hospital for a checkup, and they found like a cyst in her head, and it was a brainstem tumor in like her head. And she got diagnosed, I think it was back in 2001, I think it was. 2001 of November, I think it was. She got diagnosed with this brainstem tumor. And, like, she was fighting it perfectly fine. Like, they did surgeries on her. They did everything they could. Like, they did surgeries, it didn't go back. And, like, a few months later, it grew back. Same on and off situation. She had like over like 12 she had over like 12 to 15 surgeries. Somewhere around there, like I think it was more than 15, I'm not sure. It was either around 12 to 15 surgeries she had. And like she just um like I don't know how to say it, like I don't know what was happening, like, because I was at such a young age, but I remember everything clear as day. But like she was just, I don't really know how to say it, deteriorating inside. Like they did everything they could. Now by the time she's had all these surgeries, it was the end of 2003, beginning of '04. Like it was like close to the end of December, like December, November, up into the like mid-November into December. They didn't know that she was gonna last this long. Like she was supposed to have died 6 months prior to this, but she didn't. But she was so bad to the final days of her life. Like she just couldn't like talk. She couldn't walk. She couldn't do any of that. Like she couldn't walk, talk, move that much. Um, cause the brainstem tumor, it falls right in the back of your head. Like it falls like right in the back. Like if you have your hand by your neck and go up to your head, like midsection up to your head and down, like that's like your brainstem. Like if you feel the soft thing in the back of your head, that's your brainstem. And she had surgeries there, and like um I'm guessing that when she's had her surgeries, um when they took out the brainstem tumor, she wasn't able to move, talk. She was like basically paralyzed. So she was put in a wheelchair, but like she can still point and make out some things that she wanted. Like she was always a sweet and generous little girl. Like she would just care for others. She would pass out gum to anybody but herself. Like she made sure in the hospital she was, Lutheran General in Park Ridge, it's in Chicago, but it's like a neighborhood in Chicago. Like she was in that hospital, great hospital by the way. She was in like the kids section of the hospital, so she would like pass out gum to like every single nurse that she could, and I'm saying it child that wanted it until she didn't even get a piece because that's how nice she was. And when she got food, she wouldn't eat it. She would pass it out to people. Like, if she got anything, she would give it to people but herself because she thought that in her head, the world the world went by giving people things first and not you until you know that's how her mind went. Like, you give people things first, then you can have it. That's how her mind went. Like, she was always sweet and generous. Like, I remember like going home in January, like December 31st to the 29th, and going home. Or not, I wasn't going home, but I was in the hospital, in a hospital room. And I remember it being like somewhere around Christmas Eve or Christmas, with a point to where she was moved out of her room and put in like ICU. And me and my sister were in her room, and she wasn't in there, so we were waiting in there. We got like pretty scared. Me and my sister and my someone who was watching us, like, is my dad and my no, not my dad. My dad would never went, but it was me and my sister and I think my mom's friend Tammy or someone that was there in the hospital room with us. Like, she would, what do you call it? Like, we were there and we didn't know what was happening. My mom would be in the ICU with my sister Ashley because her time was coming to an end. And it's finally that she went home on hospice. Um, like the day she went home on hospice, the day that she died. Like, she went home on hospice January 1st of '04. So, like, it was pretty sad because I remember walking in the house with her because me and my sister and my dad were in an ambulance with her, and I was in the front seat, and my sister and my dad were in the back seat, the car, the jump seats or whatever, and they were back there and everything. And my mom was still at the hospital, gathering up all the things and everything. My mom was just like a total train wreck that day. Like, she was sad and miserable. Like, because they couldn't do anything back then because, it was like 9 years ago, almost 9 years ago. And that was like before they got into like all this technology and everything up until now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, as before they had like more studies, as before they had all these studies on brain tumors and how to get rid of them, per se, or however you say it. But yeah, like, remember them bringing her home on this stretcher from the thing. She's going in the living room, and she was just in there. And me and my sister and my dad walk in there. My mom gets home, and we're just sitting. My sister and I were just sitting by our sister Ashley, and like, she like just died. Like, she was with me and my sister and my dad, and like, she was just she was there. She knew what was going on. She knew that she was gonna die that day because she knew that she was gonna be in the kingdom of God. She knew that she was gonna be home at last, and now she's probably waiting for us. But once my mom walked in that door, she like looked at her. My mom came over and my mom said, "It's okay, you can leave now. It's fine." And we were looking at her, and she turned her head and she gave us all looks, and we hugged her goodbye. And it was just sad because that was like the last time I would see her. Like, that was like the last time I would see her alive in that state of mind. Like, that was like the last time I would see her because I did like everything with her. Like, I played with her. Like, we would like go outside together. We would like play, like, we would like play with toy cars and listen to music. We would even do, we would even we were like mysterious, like, sometimes. Like, remember, like, we plugged into a light. We plugged in this light with no light bulb. We put a coin in there, and we didn't know anybody, and then made the lights go on and off. And that was like way before she got her brain tumor. That was like back in like 2000, I think, somewhere around there. And um, like she she was, I don't know, like she was like a gift from God, that my little sister. She was just my best friend that I knew I'll never see again, because when I went to her funeral, being at age 6, I didn't know what was going on, because I remember going in the room where she was, laying in the casket, and not seeing her like alive. I remember touching her and she was being so cold, and I tried to tap her to make her wake up, and she wouldn't wake up, and I knew that she was dead, because being at age 6, you don't know what was really going on at the time. I knew she was dead, but I didn't know what dead meant at that time. I thought it meant like you wake up, like you go to bed and you wake up. But being at her funeral, it was just sad. I mean, I didn't want to leave that room because she was there. Like, not only did I know she was there, but I kind of felt like her presence there. I know that might sound crazy, but I kind of felt her presence there in a way. And after that, after the funeral, it was just pretty devastating. And like the next day, we like I missed like almost a whole to school, like excused, like the whole to school excused because she died. Now it was pretty touching because almost all of America knew about her. Like they knew her story, they knew everything about her. Like um, she loved being babies. Like the news was very good. Like they spread it worldwide. Like everybody was sending Beanie Babies to her. Like we got about like almost over like 10,000 Beanie Babies from people we didn't even know about. They were sending it saying, "This is for your daughter Ashley. May she rest in peace in the kingdom of God." We didn't know how much people can be so loving and caring to send us all that for little sister to make her happy in her last stage of their lives. We didn't know that she can make this big of an impact on the world, because the way she was just phenomenal. Teaching people to give and not receive was just phenomenal, and to teach people how to love and not hate, that's what she did. It was just great. I mean, I loved her with all my heart. It was just like wow. But anyways, this video is like almost 13 minutes long. I don't know if any of you guys are watching this long. But anyways, after like after I um after the funeral, me and my sister like really sad and depressed. Like we didn't know what to do, because we were with our sister 24/7. Like we were with our sister Ashley 24 24/7. We did everything with her. Like every waking hour we were with her, every sleeping hour we were with her. And when she was gone, me and my sister Andrew, my twin, we were just lost. We didn't know what to do. Like we were just so out of it. My mom was the worst, because she didn't know what to do. I mean, she lost her daughter and everything. It was just so sad. And like me being as close as I was to her, it was just horrible, because I'm not horrible in the sense of the way that it was like, well, not horrible to her, but it was horrible towards me, because I was so depressed to the point where I wouldn't eat for like 2 years. Like as unrealistic as that sounds, it's pretty true. Like I was on I was on and off medications. Like I was on and off medicine to make me gain weight. I was not getting the nutrients I needed as a 6-year-old kid. I had to drink Pediasure. I would not drink it because like I felt that if my sister wasn't there, I couldn't do anything because she was like 6 feet underground, like dead, and here I am alive, not wanting to do anything because of that. I mean, it's just amazing how this just could like, impact your life. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's sad. Like, her birthday is gonna be like her birthday is April 21st, 1998, and it's already April 18th, and her birthday's on Saturday. Okay, it's already Wednesday, but her birthday's on Saturday. So sorry about I'm yawning, but it's pretty sad because after that, after a few years after that, like I think it was the back in like '07, '06, my parents started to not really talk to each other. They started getting into fights a lot. It was like a really bad environment for us. You like to sit down or whatever to eat because every time they would fight. My mom filed for a divorce, and my mom got custody of me and my sister Angie because my dad wasn't fit as a father. He didn't get his stuff straight. I'm not gonna get into detail, but yeah, but that's pretty much my whole life right there. I'm telling you. And my parents are divorced, so I live with my mom. I haven't seen my dad in like almost 2 years. I haven't actually sat down with him for like 2 years and talked to him, like any that conversation. The last time I saw him was in June, but that was only for like what, 2 minutes. I didn't really see him at all after that. It's pretty heartbreaking how your life can just change by one person passing away, the person that you love the most. I mean, it's just hard to even go through that because she was my everything, and her not being here to this day, I feel that like I'm lost still without her. And I just hope just one day when I pass away, I will meet and see her again. Because in all honesty, like I loved her to death. She was like my everything. She was like my sister. I just like miss her so much. She was just my everything. And now my grandfather is like in the hospital, and so was my grandma from my dad's side. They're both in nursing homes because my grandpa has cancer, and he's getting better. But like he had colon cancer, and then they got it out, and he has liver cancer still, but that hasn't spread, so it's okay. But um yeah, it's pretty sad, and he's getting mentally stable, and he's getting on his feet a lot when he's walking, because he hasn't walked in like what, over a year, and he's just walking now. It's really phenomenal that he's actually starting to walk again. But who knows? I mean, he's like almost 80. He's like 75 or 76. He's like almost 80. So I don't know what God has in store for him or my grandma Pearl that has Alzheimer's, and she's like already in her 80s. She's like doing not that great. Like if you go in there, like if you go in there, I was in there like not too long ago. When I was in there, she was just not doing too good. Like she would, um, like she was just like not too mentally stable. Like if you go in there, she wouldn't talk, sit, or do anything. Like she had her eyes closed, and the Alzheimer's was just like gone through her whole mind, and it was just basically done. It's damage to her. It's very sad because I know for a fact that she doesn't have that much longer to live. It's sad that people you love the most has this time to come, and you don't like seeing them like the way they are because it's just sad. And this is basically my whole life, and this is why sometimes I get depressed a lot. Like I feel just like doing nothing. I just feel like sleeping and never waking up sometimes because of this has happened in my life. No, I never told anybody this except for now when I'm talking to you guys. But yeah, but that's basically my whole life story right here in like 20 minutes and 32 seconds. Well, anyways, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye, YouTube.